All right, we're live. All right, welcome everybody. My name is Donovan Saadiq. I am the Inland Empire Informer. I am the guy that drops dime on these piece of shit politicians and their lies and deception. Tonight, I want to talk about real quick, piece of shit, Corey Jackson, 60th Assembly member, the Martin Luther King Jr. of the Assembly, an ass kisser. And the reason I'm saying that, and I know that turns a lot of you people off because you don't like the language, but I've tried to talk to you guys with the nice little voice and of reason and trying to get you to understand, but you let this piece of shit continue to be where he's at, and he actually thinks he's going to win re-election. As long as Donovan Saadiq is alive, that is not going to happen. I'm going to do everything in my power to expose this piece of shit for who he is. He won't meet with his constituents. He tries to sue his constituents, which is against the law. The man's a piece of shit, just straight out. And calling him a man is a very, very far stretch as far as I'm concerned. So let's get into this. And, and I'm going to say this. The biggest problem in regards to Corey Jackson is that he preys on the elderly, the black elderly, the black church, which I will never understand, because a man that lives a lifestyle that Corey Jackson lives goes against the Bible principles. So how can you sit there and call yourself a Christian, and yet you support a man that puts LGBTQ principles above everybody else's principles? The seniors in the black community are the problem in the black community because they've been conditioned to vote for a skin color versus policy versus results. This piece of shit, and I'm going to show you, is he can't do any of that. So let's get into it real quick, and I'm going to show you guys real quick this piece of crap, Corey Jackson. A lot of you recently got his call to arms about Donald Trump and what the Trump administration is trying to do. If you've been following my podcasts and the Dimitri K show, I've explained to you what a president can do. Right now, there is an Air Force base 2 miles from my house, right in my front door, in the city of Moreno Valley. If Donald Trump wants to nationalize the National Guard that is actually on that base, he can do so. The president can defend federal property. Now, can he arbitrarily go into a state or a city and just take over? No, he can't. That goes against the Constitution. He does not have the power to do that. But see, the Democrats will try to gaslight you and tell you this stuff to keep you in fear. If you've read the Communist Manifesto, one of the first things they say in the Communist Manifesto is keep the people in fear and they will give up their rights. You've got to use your simple logic. You've got to use common sense. There is a narrative out there that Donald Trump went into LA and he weaponized the National Guard in LA, and the news media is making it sound like the National Guard is all over Los Angeles. That is not true. They make the victim the criminal and the criminal the victim. That's how strong the media is. Operation Mockingbird. If you guys don't know what that is, look it up and Google it. Operation Mockingbird has been in existence and has been in operation since the late 1950s. What is actually happening in LA is the National Guard troops are still protecting federal buildings in Los Angeles. But they're going to make it seem like, oh, they're out. The military is out there brutalizing regular citizens and illegal aliens. Number one, you're an illegal alien. You shouldn't be here to begin with. But that's a different story. I'm not even going to go into that. So here's the thing. The real story is the federal building in Los Angeles was vandalized by illegal immigrants and citizens. It was vandalized and attacked. That's what justified Donald Trump bringing in the troops to protect the federal buildings, to which they're still doing to this very day. Don't believe the hype, you guys. Use your common sense. Use your common sense. Oh, he's weaponizing the things in D.C. That's federal territory. That's federal land. He can do that. Congress controls D.C. And why would you want this great country's headquarters, its capital of the United States, looking like a war zone? What kind of citizen are you where people who come to this great country, dignitaries and all kinds of other people, why would you want them to step in the foot of Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States, and there's crime and homelessness and all kinds of crap going on? Why can't Washington, D.C. look like La Jolla, California? Why can't Washington, D.C. look like parts of Orange County? No, we want it to look like Oakland, California, a bombed out Democratic, establishment. Why is it that when the majority of major cities that are controlled by Democrats, it's a hellhole? Ask yourself that question. And I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. But see, we don't ask ourselves these questions. We just go with the narrative, Operation Mockingbird, once again. And the fact that most Americans don't read, much less black people read, okay? This is this piece of shit's website. He has the 2024 annual report. Okay? I want to draw your attention to this part right here. Assemblymember Corey piece of shit Jackson secures major wins in state budget despite deficit. Why do we have a deficit? Because the Democrats took money to support illegal migrants, and that is going on all over the country. But look at how this asshole spins this like he did something great. If you look at his record, he voted to give illegal migrants health care and all kinds of support here in California, and then he's going to tout like he did something special in the Capitol. He's part of the problem. Let's go on, because I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. Fighting hate in California. Asshole Jackson's message of solidarity. Here's a man who's talking about solidarity with people who should not be here. Why don't you have a message of solidarity with the American people, the American citizens? But he won't do that because he won't even meet with you. He will not meet with you. He'll sue you before he would have to meet with you. Dr. Jackson celebrates Juneteenth with unveiling of Black Consciousness collection. Do you guys realize that this is one of the pieces of shits that stopped the reparations bill here in California? He's one of the top ones. Look at the videos where the Black Caucus was trying to explain what they did when they were exposed by the Republican assembly member. It's amazing how when it's something that he could take credit for, he's up there smiling and joking and cracking and all that other stuff. But when it's something that that is really bad, that makes him look bad, he acts like, oh, it wasn't my bill. I called him out on this very thing. Why did you not bring that bill to the floor? It's not my bill. But I see videos of you up there acting like it is your bill. Are you not part of the caucus, Mr. Piece of Shit? I think you are. Don't be fooled by this Dracula, this Blackula. Standing against xenophobia, defending the rights and dignity of immigrants. That tells you right there in a nutshell what this man's about. It's either us or them. We're the one that pays the taxes. We're the one that pays your salary. You're supposed to work for us first. I'm not against anybody migrating here the right way. But try as an American citizen to illegally go into any country in the world of your choice and see what happens to you. So if we can't do it over there, why should they be allowed to do it here? But this is what this piece of shit champions. Assemblyman asshole Jackson advances legislation to lower home prices and, excuse me, that's my dog, and increase housing stock. How are you going to do that in California? This piece of shit can't even house veterans. They make it seem like it's so simple when we have seen it's taken years, billions of dollars spent to house the homeless issue, and it got worse, and the problem was never solved. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the problem. The problem is Corey Jackson and those Democrats that are still sitting there caping for illegal migration. We would not have a budget shortfall as much as we do if the Democrats had not supported illegal immigration, which they still do to this very day. When you're in a hole, the first solution is to stop digging. That is your first solution. Stop digging. We as voters have to stop digging. This is a failed representative. He does not deserve another term. We as the citizens need to send a clear message. How many of you guys know there's a refinery here in Southern California that is about to close down? Gas prices, depending on what company you use and how much, what gas you use, is over $5 a gallon. And we haven't got the winter blend in yet. And we're about to lose a refinery. Why isn't he and the Democrats working on solutions to the problem? Why aren't they doing that? But I'm just, rattling off stuff off the top of my head because I don't know what's going on. The solution is, this is a failed candidate, and you need another candidate in there. Now, I don't know what you guys would like to do, whatever, but the question is this: is your life better now than it was 4 years ago? If your life is a lot harder and expenses have gone up, that is a failed candidate. That is a failed assembly. You don't reward failure with reward. Look at how Kamala Harris failed upwards. That's a prime example of failing upwards. I'm a recovering Democrat. We cannot allow more of the same to continue. People are losing their jobs. Companies are leaving California. We can't find a solution with the same people in there. We can't. So the solution is to replace this failed candidate. And I'm going to suggest a candidate that you guys check out, Mr. Ed Delgado. He's a city council member here in the city of Moreno Valley. He's going to be running in the 60th district against Corey Jackson. I don't know how anybody, with the way California economy is, can continually re-elect representatives that put immigrants, illegal immigrants, and BS first. Everything's xenophobia. Just because you live a certain lifestyle doesn't mean it's xenophobia. In a democracy, it's the majority rules, not the minority. There's not enough xenophobias to get anybody elected to anything. I want you guys to check out a man named Ed Delgado. Give you a little bit about his background off the top of my head because I got to go. City council member, straight shooter, a veteran, United States Coast Guard, #3 sheriff of Riverside County. before he retired. He was the #3 sheriff. And the reason I say check him out is because when you are a undersheriff like that, you understand crime. You understand the problems of crime and keeping people safe. That is a government's #1 job, is to keep its citizens safe. #1. He has an understanding of that. He's a people person. He's a straight shooter. He's not going to BS you like this piece of crap Corey Jackson is doing. If you've got a problem, even if you don't like the answer, he's going to give you a straight up, honest answer, not with all this spin. Ed Delgado is not about spin. I'm going to support Ed Delgado. #1, I like the guy. I like the guy. You know, we're both military veterans. I like people, regardless if I like what I'm hearing or not, that are straight up telling me the truth so that I could move accordingly. You're not going to piss on my head and tell me it's raining. You're going to put up, oh, look, black people, even though I shot down your reparations, look, I got a Juneteenth gallery for you guys. Aren't you little Negroes nice and good? Ain't that nice for y'all? The problem in the black community is the older generation. The baby boomers, they don't give a damn. They just want to leave here with whatever they're going to get. I want you guys to check out a man named Ed Delgado. I think this is the person that we need at this time to get us out of this fiscal mess that Corey Jackson helped create. You're going to give money to illegal migrants, and you've got homeless veterans on the street. You've got American citizens that can't even get the help that these illegal migrants got. You would be a damn fool to vote for this man again. I'm Donovan Saadiq, the recovering Democrat. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Corey Jackson, I am not finished with you yet. I've only just started. You're a piece of shit. And I said it. You guys have a good night.